Now we shall see the first problem on helical gears. So the design of helical gears is almost similar to that of design of spur gears. The only change is in helical gear there will be helix angle. As I explained in the introduction, this is a helical gear and these are the gear teeth. You can see these are the gear teeth. Since the gear teeth are not parallel with the axis of the gear and they are with some angle, they are inclined to some angle with respect to the axis of the gear, and that angle we call it as helix angle, or we will represent it as beta or helix angle. So the design of helical gear is exactly similar to that of spur gears, but only difference is there will be one extra element called as helix angle or beta. So we shall read the problem. A pair of helical gears are to transmit 15 kilowatts. The teeth are 20 degree stub in diametral plane and have a helix angle of 45 degree. So beta they are given as 45 degree and 20 degree stub inlet. This is alpha. This is pressure angle. The pinion runs at 10,000 rpm and has 80 mm pitch diameter. The gear has a pitch diameter of 320 mm. If gears are made of cast steel having allowable static strength of 100 MPa, determine module and face width from static strength and check the gear for wear. Given sigma ES is equal to 618 MPa. So they have given the allowable strength as 100 MPa and they have given another stress 618 MPa. So this stress we will use for finding wear load. So now we shall write the initial data given. The power given is 15 kilowatt. The teeths are 20 degree stub invalid. Pressure angle alpha is equal to 20 degree stub invalid. Helix angle beta 45 degree. The pinion runs at 10,000 rpm. So pinion we will give the name as N1 and for gear we will give N2. It has 80 mm pitch diameter. They are given diameter also 80 mm. The gear has pitch diameter of 320 mm. D2 320 mm. If gears are made of cast steel having allowable static strength of sigma D 100 MPa. So this is for both pinion and gear. The gears are made up of cast steel and allowable static strength of 100 MPa. Determine module face width, same as for gears. Module face width B and wear load, dynamic load. We shall see one by one. First we shall find the gear ratio. Gear ratio I is equal to N1 by N2. That is equal to D2 by D1 and that is equal to Z2 by Z1. So in question they have given the diameters of both pinion and gear. So we shall use this to find the gear ratio. The gear ratio is 4. So using this gear ratio N1 by N2, N1 is 10,000, shall find N2. So the value of N2 we will get the value as 2500 RPM. Next we shall identify the weaker member. So to identify weaker member we have to take the product of sigma D into Y. But in question the value of sigma D allowable stress is same for both the pinion and gear. So the weaker member solely depends on the value of Y. So if the allowable stresses for both pinion and gear is same, then we can consider pinion as weaker because Y1 will be lesser than Y2. Hence we shall consider pinion is weaker and design is based on pinion. So initially we shall assume the number of teeth as assume Z1 as 20 teeth. So Z2 we will get as I Z1 4 into 20 we will get it as 80 teeth. So here there is a concept of virtual number of teeth. So in page number 211 there is helical gears formulas and the virtual number of teeth in equivalents per gear or the formative number of teeth. Here there is equivalent number of gear teeth. Zd is equal to Z by cos cube beta. Zd is equal to Z by cos cube beta. This is from equation 12.22a, page number 211. So we shall find Zd1. To find Zd1 we shall substitute Z1. The value of Z1 is 20 cos cube beta. Beta is 45 degree. So the value of Ze1 we will get as 56.57 degree. Similarly, we can find Ze2, but since the design is based on pinion, no need to find Ze2. We shall proceed with the existing value Ze1. Now we shall find the velocity. Velocity pi dn by 60. Since design is based on pinion, this is d1 n1. The value of d1 is 80 mm into n1 is 10,000 by 60 into 1000. Because this 80 it is in mm, I am converting mm to meter, that is why I have added 1000 here. The velocity I will get in meter per second, 41.89 meters per second. This is the value of velocity I am getting. Now we shall find the value of module. To find module we shall go to page number 214. There is an equation, Levy's equation for beam strength of helical gears. This is the formula for module and this is the formula for tangential force. So we shall take the formula for module and there is y is equal to pi y. Y is similar to that of Levy's form factor, table 12.5. CW is wear and lubrication factor. It is available from table 12.21. And sigma d is allowable static stress. They are already given in the question. And K is equal to B by M. So here there is value of K. B is face width. This is equation 12.24b. Page number 214. So before proceeding, we shall assume some values here. Assume K is equal to B by Mn is equal to 15 and similarly CW is equal to 1.15. So I am assuming the value of K as 15 and CW as 1.15. CW we will get from table 12.21. Here there is a table 12.21 wear and lubrication factor, page number 241. So in this table I am going to assume the value of CW as 1.15 for enclosed gears continuously lubricated with oil of proper viscosity and character. So CW is obtained from table 12.21, page number 241. Also we have velocity. We shall find the value of CV. We have to find the value of CV. Here there is value for CV. As you can see, for precision gears with V greater than 20 meter per second, the velocity which we have got is 41 meter per second. So we have to take this formula. CV is equal to 5.55 by 5.55 plus square root of V. Equation 12.25D, page number 214. Square root of V. This is equation 12.25D, page number 214. The value of CV I'll get as 0.4616. Next we shall find the value of FT. The FT, it is obtained from data handler. In page number 205, there is a formula for FT tangential load 1000 PCS by V, 12.7A. So we shall take this formula. In question they are given the power as 15 kilowatt. CS is service factor. We shall assume the value of CS from table 12.8. From table 12.8, service factor CS. I am assuming the service factor is 8 to 10 hours per day and medium shocks. So we can assume medium shock or steady loads. So I'll assume the value as steady loads. I'll take CS as 1. CS I'll take as 1 and velocity is 41.89. So CS is obtained from table 12.8, page number 235. The FT I'll get the value as 358 newtons. Next we shall find the value of Y is equal to pi Y. This is from page number 204, Lewis form factor Y. So the question they have given the pressure angle as 20 degree stub involute. So for 20 degree stub involute we have to take this equation 12.5E, page number 204. Here we have to apply ZE1. This is virtual number of teeth, ZE1. The value of ZE1 is 56.5 something we have got. We shall approximate it to 57. So the value of Y1 is the value of y1 I have got as 0.158. So y is equal to pi into y1. Now I have substituted all the values for module, and the module which I have got is 1.09. From table 12.2, there is a standard table 12.2. There is a table 12.2 recommended series of modules. So I have taken the preferred value as 1.25. I have taken 1.25, table 12.2, page number 229. Next, I'll find the value of actual number of teeth. Earlier I had assumed the value of teeth as 20 mm. Now since I have found the value of module, I can find the actual number of teeth. So this formula is obtained from page number 211, equation 12.19d. Z is equal to d cos beta by mn. Here you can see the number of teeth. Z is equal to d cos beta by mn. Equation 12.19d, page number 211. So I'll substitute Z1 and D1. I have to find Z2, then I can substitute here D2. The value of D1 is 80 into cos 45 divided by 1.25. So the value of Z1 I'll get as 45.25. So we shall approximate it to 46 teeth. Similarly, I'll find Z2. Z2 is equal to IZ1. Since using gear ratio I into Z1, 4 into 46. 4 into 46 is 184. I have found Z1 and Z2. Now I have to find the virtual number of teeth. So again we'll take the same formula, virtual number of teeth, Z E is equal to Z by cos cube beta. 12.22a, page number 211. The value of ZE1 is 130.1. So we can keep this virtual number of teeth in terms of points only. We can keep as it is. No need to round for whole numbers. Similarly, the value of ZE2 is I into ZE1. We shall use the gear ratio. 4 into 130.1. So the value of ZE2 is 520.4. So finding the value of face width B, 15 into mn. So value of mn is 1.25. The value of B is 18.75. We shall approximate it to 19. mm.